What if I told you you're already in love and you don't even know it? No romantic music, no dramatic love story, just your normal life, your usual thoughts, and somewhere in between. Your heart has already made a decision, and your brain hasn't caught up yet. Sounds strange, right? But this happens to more people than you think. You start thinking about someone a lot. You feel weird when they don't text you. You notice small things they do, and it stays with you longer than it should. You call it a crush or just a friend. But what if it's not? In this video, I'll show you 5 shocking psychological signs and 1 bonus sign that prove you might be falling in love without realizing it. The last one will mess with your mind, because it's something we all ignore, but it says everything. Don't miss number 5 sign and bonus sign. Let's begin. Sign 1. You prioritize them without noticing. Have you ever found yourself dropping everything just to be there for someone? Maybe it's a simple text, a phone call, or a moment where you rearrange your entire day just because they need something from you. And somehow, you don't even question it. You just do it. Now think about it. When was the last time you responded to someone else's message as fast as you respond to theirs? When was the last time you canceled plans with a friend just to spend more time with them? You might think, oh, that's nothing. But in reality, that's your brain making a choice. Without you even realizing it, you're putting them higher on your priority list. This isn't just about being kind or wanting to help a friend. It's your mind already making room for them. You're investing emotionally, without even thinking about it. Have you ever noticed how, when you're in love, just a simple gesture from them, like a message or even a look, can make your heart skip a beat? That's your brain reacting in ways that go beyond logic. It's telling you that this person matters more than you realize. In fact, they've become a part of your everyday routine without you even consciously choosing it. So, next time you find yourself texting them back immediately or changing your plans for them, don't brush it off as just being nice. It's love creeping in quietly, in ways you can't ignore. Sign 2. Their emotions control yours. This one hits hard because it's so subtle. Love isn't always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's the small, everyday moments that reveal the deepest connections. If you find yourself feeling happy when they're excited, sad when they're upset, or anxious when they're distant, that's a clear sign that you're emotionally invested in them. It's almost like you can feel their emotions in your own body. When they're down, your energy drops, and you feel heavy. When they're on top of the world, you feel like you're floating too. It's not just sympathy. It's empathy on a deeper level. You're not just reacting, you're emotionally tied. And that's love, more powerful than you think. Have you ever had a conversation with them where they're telling you something deeply personal, and suddenly you feel overwhelmed with their emotions as if you're going through it too? That's the power of love. You don't just witness their emotions, you experience them. You're in sync with them on a deeper emotional level. And that connection, it's real. It's love. 3. You imagine them in your future without trying. Let's talk about something that often happens without you even being aware. Planning your future. You might not even be trying to imagine them in your life, but suddenly they're there. Maybe you catch yourself thinking about how they'd fit into your future, whether that's sharing holidays, traveling together, or even facing challenges side by side. Imagine this. You're making plans for the weekend, and you automatically think, it'd be great if they were with me for this. You think about what it would be like to wake up next to them on a Sunday morning, or share a quiet moment on a rainy afternoon. Your brain starts to picture them as part of your life, and it's not forced, it's natural. When love begins to grow, your subconscious starts to weave them into the fabric of your future. You're not trying to, but they're always there. And that's love without a label. Have you ever noticed yourself casually saying things like, when we get married, or when we travel together? You might not have even fully realized you said it, but those words, they're not an accident. They're the subconscious mind telling you that this person is already part of your plans. You might be wondering if you're thinking too far ahead, but that's how love works. It isn't just about the now, but about building a life with them, whether you realize it or not. Sign 4. You feel safe showing your real self. Here's the thing about love. It's the only emotion that makes you feel truly safe when you're vulnerable. When you start falling for someone, you start to drop the walls you've built. You show them parts of yourself that no one else gets to see. The real you, the one with all your quirks, flaws, and even your fears. Do you find yourself opening up to them more than you ever thought you could? Maybe you share your childhood memories, your insecurities, or even your darkest secrets. And surprisingly, you don't feel scared or judged. In fact, you feel seen, you feel understood, you feel safe. This is one of the most powerful signs of true love, when you stop pretending and you start showing the world and them who you really are. No more masks, just raw, unfiltered connection. It's not easy to be vulnerable, but love allows you to be just that. It's the freedom to say, "Here I am, flaws and all." And when they accept that version of you, that's when you realize how deep the love really is. Sign 5. Time changes around them. Finally, let's talk about time. This is one of the most fascinating psychological signs of love because it's something we all experience. But we don't always recognize it for what it is. When you're with them, time seems to fly. Hours feel like minutes. You don't want the moment to end. It's like the world around you disappears, and all that matters is the time you spend together. But when they're not around, time does the opposite. The day feels longer. Everything feels slower. You keep checking your phone, hoping for a message. You feel empty when they're not there. This isn't just about liking someone. It's about emotional attachment. When they leave, you feel that void. And suddenly, everything else seems less exciting. You start to crave them, their presence, their touch, their smile. It's like you've entered another dimension where time itself bends to your connection. When they're near, everything is right in the world. But when they're far, everything else feels out of place. That's love. It's about needing them and feeling that void when they're not there. This is your mind and heart telling you, "I need them." Bonus sign, you start becoming a better version of yourself. This one is subtle, but incredibly powerful. Have you ever started taking better care of yourself? Not because someone told you to, not because you had a plan, but because deep down something shifted? Maybe you started dressing a little nicer, working harder, setting goals, or even changing old habits. And you didn't even connect the dots. That's love, silently influencing you, without asking for credit. When you start falling for someone, your brain begins to elevate your own standards. You want to become someone who deserves the kind of love you're feeling. Someone who isn't just good enough, but someone extraordinary in their eyes. And it's not about impressing them or pretending to be perfect. It's deeper than that. You want to be more patient, more confident, more emotionally available. You start healing your own wounds. You start becoming kinder to them and to yourself. You begin asking questions like, what would they think if they saw this side of me? Or would they be proud of who I'm becoming? And those questions quietly begin shaping your behavior, your choices, your mindset, even your dreams. It's not forced. It's not fake. It's love. Quiet, raw, and real. When just thinking about someone motivates you to grow, not out of fear of losing them, but because you want to be someone who can give the same love back, that's a clear sign you're not just in deep, you're already changing. And that change? That's love working in the background, turning you into someone you were always meant to be. So there you have it. If you've experienced any of these signs, it's not just a crush or an infatuation. You're falling in love. Maybe you didn't realize it before, but now you can see it for what it really is. Deep, emotional connection. Love doesn't always announce itself with fireworks. Sometimes it sneaks in slowly, through small, almost imperceptible changes in how you think, feel, and act. If you've noticed these signs in your life, don't ignore them. Your heart knows more than you think.